Okay guys, so I'm here with my Tuffwing 32-inch flying wing, and I did a build video on this guy last year, but what I wanted to do in this video was demonstrate how to set up the FrSky Taranis for what is known as Elevon or Delta mixing. And now with the Turnigy 9X there was a template for this. I'm not sure if that exists for the FrSky Taranis, but let me show you how to set it up from scratch. Now for starters, I just want to demonstrate how this works. So of course there's throttle, and if I push the aileron to the left, you'll see this flap come up, this one go down, and vice versa. To the right, this one will go up, left one will go down. Pull the elevator back, you should see the flaps go up, and forward the flaps will go down. So that's basically what you need your control surfaces to do to fly this. Now I was able to fly it over the weekend. Did really well, so let's go ahead and dive into how to set that up. Okay, for starters, pretty simple at the receiver level. You see throttle going into channel 1 and a servo for each flap going into channel 2 and 3. Now it really doesn't matter which channel you put those in because you'll be able to configure that through OpenTX on your Taranis. Okay, so I've gone ahead and deleted that previous Tuffwing model that I had, and we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to create the new model. Okay, so we've given it a name, calling it Tuffwing. Now let me go ahead and page to our channels. Have throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder. So let me go ahead and delete our rudder channel since we're not going to use that. Okay, now we have our 3 channels. Now, if you recall, I have channel 1 connected to the throttle. So you can see that works. Let's go ahead and set up our aileron and elevator. Now let me show you what happens by default with no configuration. If I move the aileron, you can see that left flap. So the left flap is plugged into channel 2, which is our aileron. And now if I work with our elevator, you can see this flap going. So now we're going to do the mixing so that if we mess with the elevator, we'll get both surfaces to move as well as the aileron. Okay, so let's go ahead and edit the aileron. So I'm going to go and hit edit. Now what I like to do for the weighting of this channel, I'm going to put it at 50. So I normally fly with those flaps at about 50. I tested it over the weekend, it worked great. I think if I were at 100, that'd be too much weighting. So that's what we're going to do for this guy. Hit enter. And now you'll notice if I move it, we have a little bit less motion there, which is good. And you'll also notice that if I push left, that flap is going up, which is exactly what we want. Now we want on the right side that flap to go down when we push left. So I'm going to exit out of that, have that set. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to long press enter, hit copy, then I'm going to move down, hit enter again, and I'm going to hit long press enter and edit. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go down to the source, I'm going to hit enter, and I'm actually going to move the elevator stick. So you can see that I'm moving this guy, and that dynamically changes the source to elevator. As if I go left, you'll see aileron. Do that. That's one thing I love about OpenTX is just that dynamic ability. So I'm going to hit enter. Now you can see on that channel 2, which is that left flap, we got our aileron, and when I pull back, we also have our elevator. So we have both aileron and elevator working on that left flap. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the right flap. Okay, let's edit this right flap, channel 3, long press edit, and I'm going to go into source. Let's go ahead and set up the aileron. I'll press right, hit enter. Now I'm going to go down and set the weight to 50. Now let me show you guys just a cool feature that I like. If you ever want to, let's say, invert a weight. Let's say we have 80 and we want to go to negative 80. If I press the plus and the minus together, you can see we have a negative 80. So if I hit it again, it'll invert it. That comes in real handy if you don't want to thumb press and count all the way to a specific weighting. Okay, so we're at 50, I'm going to hit enter. And what that has done is that's given me the right flap. See, we can come up at about a weight of 50. As we press right, that's coming up exactly as we want it. So let's exit out. And let's go ahead and add our elevator mixing to channel 3. So I'm going to copy that, move it down 1, hit enter, then long press enter, and then I'm going to edit. Go down to source, hit enter again, and we're going to dynamically update that by working on the elevator. Hit enter. Now that the elevator is set up, watch when I pull back. You'll see this right flap goes down, this left flap goes up. This left flap is actually what we want. So I'm going to go down to the weighting. We're going to use our little invert trick. Hit plus and minus together. Now when I pull back, you can see both of our flaps are going up. And when I press forward, they both go down, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to hit enter, then exit again. So you can see my settings: throttle, weight of 100, aileron and elevator 50. Everything appears to be working. Let's just do one last check of our surfaces. There's our throttle, of course. Now we're going to go left, so we should see this flap go up, right one go down, and vice versa. When we press our aileron to the right, so let's pitch down, which brings both of our surfaces down, and we're going to pitch up, which brings both of our surfaces up. Okay, so that's how I set up my FrSky Taranis with this Tuffwing 32-inch Delta wing. If you know of any other ways to approach that, please feel free to share them in the comments below. I was able to fly this over the weekend. It was a lot of fun and really enjoy the flexibility of the FrSky Taranis. So I hope that was useful, and until next time, thanks for watching.